Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. It's January 17th, 2023. This is the very first episode on my channel, and hopefully, it's first of many to come. So, let's start with this disclaimer. None of this is a financial advice. You shouldn't be doing any of this. This is just for my purpose here is just to show what I'm doing. Please don't copy any of this. You will lose money, and I'm not a financial professional. I'm just doing this on my own for myself, putting on the internet for people to follow along and kind of see my trading journey. All right, so with that out of the way, let's talk about what we're going to discuss today. First is a 3-day weekend, so let's touch on that. Then we'll talk about what happened today, and lastly, what to look out for tomorrow. So on the 3-day weekend, Martin Luther King Day in the US, stocks were closed, and the rest of the world was open. And there was some very good news. Basically, crypto was up, bonds were up, the European, the Asian stocks were up, and that carried over to our markets and our news outlets here in the US. Some people, I've seen articles say it's a generational rally. Bonds, stocks, crypto have really rallied in the past few weeks a lot, and it's one of the best rallies since 1988. So a lot of optimism in the markets. But if you're looking at this screen right here, you'll see that this was Friday close right here, and this was today's open. So what I did today in the market, and typically what I do is on every Monday, obviously today is Tuesday, but on every Monday I go ahead and sell my puts and calls, and that's majority of my trading is selling puts and calls. So, and every Monday, typically Monday, I sell cover calls and I sell puts and calls on the SPX. So Mondays are the busiest, and usually what I do is I do weeklies, which I sell on Monday, and on the Friday end of the day, I either buy them back, I roll them to another position, or they just expire worthless. For me, preferably, it's for them to expire completely worthless. So if we look here, let's zoom in a little bit. We had a nice little open. The market was kind of trending, not knowing what to do here. It was kind of just trying to figure out what to do. And this is what I typically look for when I am trading or selling puts or calls on the SPX. I'm trying to figure out market direction overall and see where it's going and how it might kind of, end up on a day. Are we going to sell into them, sell the market, or we're going to have a, kind of go up. But at the same time, I'm leaving enough room for error when I enter into a trade. So I'm going to hop over to my, other chart that I look at. And since I'm trading the SPX, I like to look at a few things in the SPX. It only makes sense, right? So Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Berkshire Hathaway, and Google are like one of the top holdings in the S&P 500, which tracks the SPX. Now, additionally, what I do is I also look at this symbol right here. It's the money sign ADD, which is the advance and decline line in Thinkorswim. So, well, right off the bat, what was going on here, even though I saw the rest of these stocks kind of doing their own thing, but what I saw is the advanced decline line immediately starts selling off. And it starts selling off pretty hard right here, as you could see. But at the same time, and I don't have this chart up here, but at the same time, the SPX was kind of hanging on and actually kind of going up slightly. So at that point, I decided to go ahead and do my usual thing and sell some open some cover calls on my stocks that I already hold. So they are cover calls, and at the same and while doing that, I watched this line, and when this candle, let me zoom in. When this candle right here appeared and I saw the bounce, I felt like this was a good idea for me to get in and sell, which was about 10, 12, 13 minutes after the open. I felt that was a good idea for me to get in and sell some of these puts that I sell on the SPX. So let me get it there really quick. I should change this so we can see what's going on. And I sold I believe, let's see what I sold. I sold I sold two of the 3980s. So I sold these right here. And I collected $530 per contract, and I sold two of them. Typically, I want to trade more than two, but today it was, you could see it going down, and I didn't want to get caught in the downtrend if it kept going. So you could see here, I sold I sold Shopify calls, Roblox, PayPal, and SPX put. Now on top of that, I sold the 440 call, and together you could add this up. This is $530 times two. This is $105, 1423, and this was 10 contracts, so this is $280. So I collected that, and I actually had to do some other things, so I walked away. I basically, unfortunately today, I didn't have much time to watch it. I did see this nice run up over here. Then when I came back to the computer, I saw that it kind of crashed back down and kind of continued around to hover around here. And I kept checking out throughout the day. I'm not quite sure what this was or this was, but I didn't see any real news on what was going on. I don't know. Maybe it was just kind of market selling. And again, same thing here, kind of running back up. It is Martin Luther King Day was yesterday, so it's a short week for stocks. Usually there's less trading going on. There's less volume, so volatility does pick up slightly. So that might have been just that. I didn't really see any news or anything like that. So what ended up happening somewhere over here towards the middle of the day, I did buy back my the long call for 5 cents. So I sold it for $105 and I bought it back for $5. Now over here, the 3980 puts that I sold, I bought them back for $20 each. So we collected $510 each total. So not bad. I'm expecting that tomorrow is going to probably be a little bit more volatile. We do have some things coming up tomorrow, which is the PPI, the Producer Price Index. Then we have the core retail sales at 8:30. That's before the market. The PPI is before the market. Then at 9:30 we have Fed Bullard that's speaking, and actually at 9 o'clock Fed member Bostic is speaking as well. And so and later on in the day we have another Fed member speaking as well. So it's going to be a lot of Fed members speaking. So that could move the markets. There's earnings. It's earnings season. There's earnings coming up. Today we had pre-market, I believe it was, Goldman Sachs that did poorly and Morgan Stanley that did well. So again, the market is still kind of waiting for, I believe the market's still waiting for more information, what's going to happen with the earnings. We had this really kind of exuberance from Europe, Asia, even crypto and bonds did well. But I believe the market is just sitting and waiting for to see what's going on with the earnings. And really, over the past entire month, the S&P has been kind of in this range. And if you go out to even November, it looks like it just kind of wants to stay right here. And honestly, what I'm thinking is this trend is going to break. I think it's either going to go down because it's like a spring when it's just staying in the range for a long time. And if this kind of goes up and just doesn't have enough fuel to keep going, or just kind of hang around here, it could fall and just keep going down. I don't think we'll see this low here. I just don't believe it. I think that might have been the bottom actually, because this candle is so violent to go back up. But it's possible that it could sell off. Now if the earnings are good and people feel good about the earnings for one in a week or two, this could shoot back up and it could continue running. So we'll see what happens. But I believe for now it's going to be it's going to stay somewhere in this range. And my goal is to sell the SPX puts and sell the calls on a daily basis and end my account in cash every single night, so I can go in the next day and do the same thing. And I really aim to collect about at the minimum $1,000 per day. So that's the goal. And here on the channel, what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide you guys with what I do on a daily basis. You could track, I'll show you how I'm doing. I'm going to show you my account. And then at the very end of the month, I have a spreadsheet that I have, and I'll share the spreadsheet to show how I did. And so, if you find this information useful, if you'd like to see my journey with all this, please consider subscribing, and definitely hit the like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm. So I appreciate it, guys, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.